Hello Sharifa, hope you're well. My name is Shivani Singh. My student ID is HES0712. The video is a presentation for assignment 3 for unit 107. It starts by explaining the basics of STEM and its purpose in early childhood education. The presentation then talks about the teaching strategies like getting educators and parents comfortable with STEM and applying the scaffolding method for children to follow. It talks about inquiry based learning being an integral part of early childhood learning. This presentation will elaborate on each aspect of STEM, that is, science, technology, engineering, and math. All the arguments presented in this lead to the agreement that STEM education for early childhood should be inquiry based. Children are impulsive in their actions. They are prone to acting or speaking before they can think consciously. The experience that they gain in this world is a starting point of their cognitive development. Introducing STEM in early childhood is not about telling the children what the concepts are, but guiding them through activities so that they not only learn about these concepts, but understand them too. For example, children should not be told about the laws of gravity, but instead they should be guided towards knowing them through experiences in which gravity plays a major role. Science and engineering are developing at an unprecedented rate in our world today, which is why children must have ample opportunities to develop their STEM skills during their early childhood years, which research indicates are crucial development years. The STEM acronym stands for Science, Technology, Engineering, and Mathematics, and most researchers believe that children possess informal knowledge of these subjects. Children are born scientists and they have curiosity in them. It becomes important that their curiosity is satisfied, which can be done when parents, teachers, and the community take responsibility of developing that skill. This slide explains the purpose of STEM in early childhood. Literature suggests that children have an idea of science, nature, and math from an early age. They like to build things, which shows their creativity. As children are understanding the world around them, they start asking questions like what, why, and how. Early childhood STEM education answers some of the questions children have and develops their cognitive abilities. STEM education is very newly introduced in early childhood education. In previous research, early childhood educators have shown a lack of knowledge and understanding about technology and engineering, as well as developmentally appropriate pedagogical approaches to incorporate the discipline into the classroom. The article Ready for Robotics, bringing together the T and E of STEM in early childhood teacher education, conducted a study with 32 teachers from early childhood education over the course of 3 days. The goal of the study was to increase knowledge about technology, robotics, and engineering among teachers and learn about pedagogies to teach them in early childhood settings. Following participation in the institute, there was statistically significant improvement in knowledge of technology in general, pedagogy, and robotics. The workshop not only increased teachers' knowledge of technology, but also developed a positive attitude towards it. A positive attitude helps children learn and understand STEM concepts better. Children start grasping the concept of science and the natural world from an early age. It is not only the responsibility of educators to educate students of STEM, but also parents. Many parents and teachers are not confident about STEM topics. This low confidence sometimes originates from gendered assumptions, less training, and break across grade levels for students. The bedtime math app, as well as those provided by PBS's Ready to Learn initiative, can support and extend school learning at home. These apps and tools help parents as a buffer in their children's STEM education. Some efficient strategies of STEM include continuity across different grade levels and between childcare centers and homes. The synchronization between parents and educators establishes a connection between what they learned in preschool and what they do at home. The children of today are inventors and problem solvers of tomorrow. Research shows that to improve the educational outcomes of young children, specifically in STEM disciplines, the cross sector collaboration will be imperative. The fertile ground has already been laid, but it will take leaders from every crucial sector to move the vision forward. When STEM learning becomes a necessity rather than a luxury, the world's more precious assets, its youngest children, will flourish. An important aspect of inquiry based learning is scaffolding, which involves an educator providing soft support to children so that they can complete a task, but they're also responsible for completing the task themselves. Children also finish tasks in an inquiry based approach by themselves, but educators create an environment of curiosity by asking questions and taking a backseat during discussions. The current research on inquiry based learning has largely supported the idea that children should be allowed to raise their problems. Children need to take an active role in investigating their surroundings from an early age to gain a better understanding of the world they live in. Moreover, children's experimental learning approach and inquiry fuels their curiosity and pushes them to find the solution. As Ryan and Saint Laurent have mentioned earlier, it is difficult to have an unbiased debate on this matter as only positive theories on pros and cons are available for inquiry based learning. However, being a new addition to the curriculum, it is important to keep an open approach to its long term application. It is important for children's cognitive skill to develop through inquiry based learning for their success in the field of science as they have curious minds. Children need to understand their natural surroundings. For example, why we have a blue sky or how grasses grow. In the given scenario, the children would question the scientific answer to what would float and what would sink. This sort of activity would be appropriate for early kinder and toddlers. Technology has grown to be a part of everyone's life now. Keeping up with society requires one to keep up with technology. We now have many learning tools and apps for children. Documentations by teachers and progressions of students are done with the use of technology now. As per Clemens and Sharma, the concern for today's children is not whether technology is appropriate for them, but instead how much use of technology is safe for children. Since they will eventually be exposed to technological advancements, early exposure to technology education is important. Engineering is thought to be something that is taught to older children. The creativity and curiosity with which children are born demand that engineering is introduced to them from an early age. As their creativity has no limitations, they can imagine more vividly than an adult. Therefore, engineering should be introduced to children from an early age and allow them to use their creativity. Children from a very young age can recognize different patterns and symbols. They possess informal mathematical knowledge that needs to be formalized with support from community, educators, and family. For example, children in the early days, such as babies and toddlers, can be involved in math related activities, such as doing rhymes involving numbers and the kindergarten level. Children can be involved in pattern and symbol related activities. Children developing skills and process such as problem solving, experimentation, hypothesizing, inquiry, researching, and investigation are some of the common outcomes of EYLF. Hence, the Childhood Center must provide an environment for young children to explore and investigate their surroundings. Thank you for your time, and these following slides are the references that helped me make this presentation. Thank you.